Hey guys, this is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business, and today we are going to be discussing I have a low credit score. What do I do now? Well, in this invaluable section, I am going to be discussing in detail what you need to do right now if you have a low credit score. Take a second, grab a piece of paper and pencil, and I promise you're going to want to jot down some notes. First, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over pointers on what you need to know when you have a credit report. What are you looking for? What do you do if there are things on there that you're not aware of? What do you do if you have derogatories on there? What do you do if you don't have any trade lines? What do I do if there's mistakes on my credit report? Who can help me fix them? Who helps guide me? Well, let's start off with getting into some of this stuff. First thing you want to do is you have to understand what a credit report is to yourself, but more importantly to a bank. A credit report is an overall history of who you are, your information, from your sensitive information like your social and your date of birth, current and previous addresses, trade lines that you've opened, credit cards that you've opened, installment loans that you've paid off like cars or boats, mortgages, derogatories, late payments, anything that you've done that has to do with you financially. This is the type of report that you're going to be seeing this on. So it's important to understand what information is being told to car places, but more importantly, mortgage places. What are they seeing that can impede me from being able to buy a home? Well, here's the thing. In order to do that, you have to have a copy of your credit report. So you want to make sure that you get a copy of your credit report when you're looking at this. And I got to be honest with you, I do not want you getting a consumer credit report. A consumer credit report is something that you can get online. I'm not going to go into the names of the companies, but there are many companies out there that give you free credit reports and stuff that is not as detailed as a lender's credit report. You have a consumer's credit report, which is basically a general overall view of what you've got, not as detailed as a lender's credit report. The scores are not even close to what a lender's credit report is. A lender's credit report is extremely detailed. It goes through your history all the way from the time that you've opened up credit to right now. And it gives us a credit score from 3 different bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And that tells us what your credit score ranges from a 300 to an 850. We want to know what those scores are going to be. That helps us to indicate what programs you're going to be eligible for. Now, understanding when you have credit, okay, especially with credit cards. Give you an example. We're going to use something very simple. You open up a credit card. Your credit card limit is $1,000. What banks look for is they want to look for how much are you spending or have a balance on your credit card. Example, if you have $1,000, we don't want to see you exceeding more than 30% of the credit limit. Because if you've done that, that means you're getting too high to what the balance is, which can affect your credit scores. The higher you are to your limit, it affects your credit scores negatively. Trade lines. Understanding trade lines. A trade line is anything that you have on your credit report opened and or closed. But more importantly, what a bank is looking for is anything that is open. Trade lines can be credit cards, installment loans, mortgages, medical collections, anything that's on there that can affect your scores up and or down. Those are trade lines. Sometimes you may not even have enough credit to understand, hey, listen, I don't have any trade lines. How do I build them? We can show you how to do that. How to actually get trade lines on there by utilizing other people's credit. For instance, you have a family member, mom and dad or brother, and they have a credit card and you want to become an authorized user on there. The great thing about being an authorized user is you benefit from all of their credit history, good and or bad. So you want to make sure if you become an authorized user that you become an authorized user on a credit line that has always had great credit and the balances are not too high like we had just discussed. If you don't have any credit cards and you don't have the ability of getting an authorized user account, opening up a secured credit card versus unsecured. Here's the difference. A secured credit card is you securing money against a credit card that you are paying for. For instance, you walk into your local bank and say, listen, like to open up a secured credit card. They'll say, how much would you like? I'd like to open up a $500 secured credit card. The bank is going to say, well, you provide us with $500 and we'll give you a credit card that you'll be using against your money. That's a secured credit card. Once you've done that for, call it, 30 days to between 6 months, depending on how they report, you can then take that and go to an unsecured credit card. Meaning this, you're not only now having to put the money up anymore, they give you the ability of unsecuring it because your payment history has been great. Unsecured credit is when you actually apply for a credit card and they give you a limit. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you qualify for a credit card of $1,000 limit. unsecured. Okay, so the difference is secured and unsecured credit cards. Authorized users. I'll get into this a little bit more now, as I had already discussed it shortly ago. Authorized user accounts are a great way of adding credit to your credit report. For instance, you may only have a couple of trade lines, and adding an authorized user could actually bump you up so you get your 3 trade lines and benefit from their good credit history. If you need that, we'll discuss that with you and help you understand the benefits of doing that. Now, understanding derogatories. A derogatory is any type of late payment, blemish, okay, medical collection, charge-offs, bankruptcies, repossessions, judgments, IRS liens, child support, alimony, any of those things that will show up on your credit report. We need to make sure you understand that they're there, and how do we get them removed. What is important now is this. Gone through a little bit about what you need to understand about a credit report. Here's the thing. Take time to reach out to myself or one of my team members to go over and actually have an application pulled, get a lender's credit report that we will provide you, and let's go through this thing in detail. We will help you determine what 3 aspects you're going to be into. If you need to, with low credit, what has to happen. There are 3 different phases you can go into. A rapid rescore to help you get your scores up, a what if wizard, which we can supply your information to the credit report agency, and I'll go over this in detail, and then credit repair. Let me go down these in detail with you. So a rapid rescore is something like this. You come to us, we pull your credit, you're 10 or 15 points from being able to qualify for a home. We can take a look at your credit report, because we're trained to do so, and say, hey, listen, we're going to do a what if rapid rescore, and we're going to say, listen, if you were to do this on your credit, for instance, pay down your credit cards down to 30% from 45%, and that's going to increase your credit 15 points, or pay down your installment loan to such, or remove these medical collections, or get an authorized user. We can tell you what you need to do in order to get your scores up if you need to qualify for a home and you're only that short off in credit scores. The next one is a what if wizard. Let's say, listen, we don't know what to do with your credit. We know that you're off by about 40 or 50 points. We can send you over to the credit report company, and they will do what we call a what if wizard. We'll ask you, listen, how much do you have to work with if we need to pay down some of these debts or get some of these things removed? And you'll tell us whatever the number is going to be. We will then tell the credit report company what that number is, and they will tell us, listen, utilizing that budget, here's what we can do to get your scores up and what scores we can get to. Now, a credit repair is, listen, your credit is so low, it's actually below 500 or it's in the 500s, and we need to do full credit repair, getting things updated, getting things removed that can't be done with those 2 before this. That is credit repair. Now, here's the thing. You do not want to be doing these things, okay, while you're looking for a home. You don't want to be doing these things while wasting a realtor's time. You need to be doing these things prior, getting them fixed, getting them all taken care of, and then getting your pre-approval letter and going out there and shopping for a home. Now, here's the thing. Most mortgage companies do not want to waste their time with stuff like this. They will actually tell you, listen, go fix your credit, give us a call when it's done. Well, here's the thing. If you know how to do that prior to right now or even watching this video, you would have already done so. What we do here at my company, and what I do personally and my team does, is this. We walk you step by step. We will hold your hand from the time that we take your application to diagnosing what you need to do, to what you need to do, to getting you to application, to getting you the pre-approval letter, to getting you into your home, whether it's right now, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or even a year. We take the time to help you do that. Because here's the thing, we care. We know that if we can help you do this, you're going to tell the people that you most care about that may be in the same position you are, friends, family, co-workers, people at church. Hey, listen, if you're looking for somebody to help guide you into getting a home and your credit is not the best, these guys will help you out. Take some time, listen to this again. What I'd like you to do, though, more importantly, is give me a call. Call me up, schedule some time one-on-one with me or one of my consultants, and let's take the first step into understanding your credit, but more importantly, getting you into your home. This is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business. I'd like to thank you for taking time with me.